Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, whatever suits you right now, okay? And I'm so glad that we're here again. And if you know Sales with Properties, if you have been a subscriber to our YouTube channel, whenever we bring you product, we always love for you to meet the visionary behind the product. Because you understand that to buy a product, you have to first buy the company. And that's why today I'm not alone. I have a very reputable person. Yes, he's going to introduce himself, so I will not be saying much. So, welcome to our YouTube channel. Yes, I'm so glad to have you. Can you just introduce yourself to our audience? Tell us what you represent. Tell us why should we trust you. Just take us through the journey of the company. I don't want to introduce. I want you to tell us the company itself. So I don't want to mention the name. So please,
Okay.
you can have this.
Thank you very much, Mara. I'm Dr. Adeniyi, popularly known as the #1 Bishop of Real Estate in Africa, and also the Managing Director of Dealclinchers Homes Limited, and also the Chairman of the Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria, Redan, Ogun State Chapter. Dealclinchers is 4 years in the industry, but Dr. Adeniyi is 18 years in practice. Meaning that I've paid my dues. I've started as an apprentice, learned real estate for 5 years and 3 months, and graduated as an apprentice from one of the reputable organizations, real estate companies in Nigeria, that is today an holding company. And that's the journey that Dealclinchers has also embarked upon. We're known as the king of mainland developments, and I say that unapologetically because by the grace of God, in the last 4 years of our development, God has enabled us to work on not less than 20 estates, and out of which a number of them, more than 50%, are beatable currently. And God has taken us to be established in about 4 different states of Nigeria: Lagos, Ogun, Oyo, and also in Abuja. And in each of these states, we have, by His grace, different estates, and we have people living in some of those estates. And also, in the last 4 years, God has also enabled us to also establish our footprints in different parts of Africa, in Europe, in Asia, in Canada, and also in some other parts of the world. And one of the things that have singled us out among the crowd is our ability to know what exactly we want in line with our vision statement. Our niche is this: we build 15-20 minutes to the international airport of any nation or city. So currently in Lagos, we have about 7 to 8 habitable estates around the international airport here in Ikeja. And also for the new project we have on the island that we're about to launch in the next couple of weeks, called Venice of the Island Courts. It's also less than 20 minutes to the airport, the cargo airport on the island also. So in Ogun State, where our estate is located, is also about 25 minutes to the airport in Ogun State. Also in Abuja, we're about 25 minutes to the airport in Abuja. And also in Oyo State, we're about 20 minutes to the airport in Oyo State. So the target, the vision is clear. More than 80% of Nigerians living abroad, they want to get to the airport, land, and get to their houses without going through the orders of traffic. And while they are not in Nigeria, when they are back to their bases, where they all work and come back home to Nigeria to relax with their family, they also want to use some of those spaces for short-let apartments. And that was what gave birth to the second line of our business, which is short-let apartments. So some short-lets are owned exclusively by Dealclinchers, because we have a policy: each of the estates that we launch and we dedicate to the glory of God, we always keep at least 1 unit for short-let use. So, and before we knew it, we started seeing customers, once you hand over keys to them, they are there for a period of time, and when they're going back to their countries where they work or reside, they give us keys to manage for them for short-let use. And also, that also gave birth to us managing short-let apartment for them. And though we also see along the line that we actually have some of them who have locked up many of their houses that they didn't buy from us over the years. Some of them started saying, "No, I have a house in Ikeja GRA, I have a house somewhere, and it's underused." So before we knew it, we go there. When we check, we just see that, oh, this house of about maybe the footprint where the house is sitting on is just about 300 square meter on 2,000 square meter land. So that was how we discovered that we can actually go into joint venture partnerships. So they donate the property, we come, demolish and rebuild, and we share units. And that gave us a place on the mainland as a king of mainland developments. And also, we also saw some of them have cash that are not being used at the moment, and they are just sitting in the bank. But the owners of those cash have funds, they have access to this cash, but they are just lying idle in the bank. Why can't you give us this money? We put it in real estate development, and we give you returns on the profits we make. And then that gave birth to DeVest Cooperative Limited, where you give us an idle cash that you're not using at the moment. We use it to trade for 12 months. We do only real estate, and that's why we registered it under the Corporate Affairs Commission, registered with SCUMO under EFCC, and also we registered also with the Ministry of Trade and Investments. So for people who have funds and they're not using, instead of the money staying in the bank, give it to us. We give you part of the profit we made, up to 40% in 12 months. So it is an holding company. It's a group of companies. We have them. So in mainland here, as far as today is concerned, by the grace of God, we trust God that we'll continue in that path as a king of mainland development.
Well, this is so like, it's very enlightening, and I'm very sure our audience, they are really captivated by what you said. But at the same time, we also want to understand, like, what are the current projects you have now that you think investors or people looking to buy a home right now can actually purchase?
Okay, by the grace of God, in less than 3 weeks from now, we just finished a meeting trying to conclude on dates for dedication of some projects that are completed already by the help of God, which we started by selling on off-plan. That's for those who may not know off-plan. Off-plan is the project is not yet physically on ground, but some people bought on paper. So we sold some projects on off-plan. One in Ikeja GRA, we call it the Gloriousville Courts in Ikeja GRA. We sold on off-plan. We have just one unit left of the studio flats, and then also we sold another one on off-plan. That was in the last less than 2 years. That's called Amazing Grace Court 2. Amazing Grace Court 2 in Ogudu GRA. Then also Iyano Courts in Allen. So these three projects were sold on off-plan between 2.5 years ago and now, and currently they are fully delivered, and we're dedicating those three projects. And so on the day of the dedication, we are launching some new projects for people to see that we don't just sell off plan, we also deliver by the grace of God. And so the new projects we are already working on that will be launching on the day of the dedication is 1, Amazing Grace Court 3 in Ajao Estates. So that is less than 10 minutes to the international airport. Then 2 is we have an agreed farm estates also on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, off Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. It's 1 hour from Ogudu GRA. And 3, we also have a new project we're launching also in Abuja. That's in Maitama in Abuja. 4, we have VOTIC, Venice of the Island Courts, and on Lekki Expressway. It comprises of 2-bedroom flat, 3-bedroom flats, 3-bedroom terrace houses, 4-bedroom semi-detached houses, and also 4-bedroom fully detached houses. So we have them in semi-finished, so you can finish to your tastes if you want to. Then we also have finished part 1s. So it depends on which one that you want to go for. One of the things that have given us credence and that have given us credibility in the market and being called the king of mainland luxury development is simply because we saw that whatever we set our hands to do, we achieve it by the grace of God. And 2 is the fact that our locations are very strategic. A number of media organizations have asked me, how do you get land in Ikeja where people already have been living for years? And I told them, one is by the grace of God, and two is we are very deliberate and intentional about what we want. So it's either the best or nothing. So our locations are strategic, and you can go to bed. Why should they trust us among many other companies?
Yeah, that's very important.
Because we have delivered what we said we wanted to deliver before now. People have gotten their keys. I met one of our clients in the UK, and we had a dinner after delivery of their keys to them. They bought one of our units in the Yado Courts off Ireland in Ikeja, and they said, away from all that we've heard about Nigerian estate developers, your company has differentiated itself. We still have many other companies that are delivering today. People just need to tell their story, so they are not edited from the story. The truth is this: we still have companies that deliver well in Nigeria. But what the media has succeeded in making us see is actually demolition today and people crying tomorrow. They collected their land, they collected houses, they're doing this, they're doing that. Yes, it happens in a developing nation. We have also suffered from some of those things in my previous organizations, but those lessons are the things we brought to Dealclinchers, so we don't suffer the same again. So, but while people are watching stories of those demolitions and people wailing and crying, we must also project and make people see that your investment is safe in Nigeria. Just deal with a company that has the track record. So by His grace, you should trust us, because we have delivered even in the midst of inflation and crisis. We have delivered. Not so convenient, not palatable, but God has enabled us to deliver.
This is very good to hear. Then I would like you to just talk more on the DeVest, because a lot of people, to put their funds, they want to be sure that they are secure and they are not going to lose their money. Because a lot of people, when they hear something like, they feel like, is this not anything? This is not business.
Okay.
Yes, and some of them have even tried to trade some real estate companies which has failed them. So I want you to talk more about it and let them see reasons why they can trust you and bring their money to you.
Okay, thank you so much. For DeVest Cooperative Limited, DeVest is a subsidiary under Dealclinchers Homes Limited. So DeVest is the platform, the cooperative company, where people invest their money, and it's a cooperative company. I would call it real estate cashback. So it's where people invest their money as low as 1 million naira, and thus the minimum period that they can invest is 12 months. So within 12 months, so we have DeVest divided into two categories. We have the DeVest Lite. DeVest Lite is minimum of 1 million naira and maximum of 49 million. You get 40%. And we have the DeVest Prestige, minimum of 50 million naira and no maximum. So if you invest under any of these two categories, the second category gives you 42%, while the first category, which is the DeVest Lite, gives you 40%. Now, why 40% and 42%? We saw over time that people have said, oh, come and do 50% with us, come and do 55% with us. But is it actually realistic and consistent? Two things you must watch out for. Any company that you are investing your money into in the area of real estate cashback, what question you should ask is this: where are they investing the money into? If it is away from what they understand, is a red flag. What we understand is real estate. How do we make our money? Also in real estate. I'll give you an example. Somebody had asked me in one of the countries and said, how do you promise people up to 40% in 1 year? What kind of business do you want to do? And I answered this way. I said, quote and unquote, the Japa syndrome has given us business. A house that will ordinarily go for about 200 million in sales, because somebody wants to move away from the country with a family, they can sell for 120 million. When they sell for 120 million, because we have access to those cash, we can quickly buy. At the point of purchase, we have gained 80 million naira. When we renovate and resell, we can sell for 250 million. So meaning that we've made up to 80 million plus 50 million, 130 million. If I promise to give you 40% in 1 year, I can do that kind of business and do a recycling and do it about 2-3 times within a year, and I'm good. So whatever I promised you, I can deliver. We have access to land that we also buy. When we buy them, then we quickly resell, and then we make our profits, and then we can share between two parties, the company and the investor. So why should I go to sleep when I invest such money? We give you 3 things. Number 1, we give you a positive check showing the capital invested and the returns you are getting on the capital. Number 2, we give you a deed of contract, or that deed of contract or deed of agreement shows which of our projects we tie your money to make you go to bed. That at least you know that your money is collateralized and attached to a certain project. The number 3 is we give you a certificate of investment that shows that you invested with us. Now, when you invest with a company and what they offer you is too extravagant, there's a likelihood that there will be issues. And 2 is this: when the incentive is unrealistic, incentive to the real term, it's also a red flag. Because how does the company intend to deliver if these are unrealistic expectations?
But the company also has to make profits.
Yes, that's the real essence of starting a company in the first place, is for profit making, not an NGO.
Okay, I think you have actually answered all the questions I have in mind. I wanted to ask, okay, what did they get and all of that, which you have done justice to that. So thank you very much. So just to wrap this up, you've told us about your project that you've done so far, and you've also mentioned the project that is ongoing. I know that VOTIC is a phenomenal project, because this, I think, is the first time going to the island.
It's the second time.
Second time.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what should we expect in VOTIC that is not the island?
Okay, we saw that to a very large extent, there are many projects on the island. It's highly competitive. So just like you asked this question, so I asked myself, why should they leave company A, B, and C and buy from VOTIC, Dealclinchers? One reason: because we have never had a VOTIC on the island, and VOTIC means Venice on the island. Venice, VOTIC, Venice on the island courts. So that's why we got VOTIC, and it's an inspiration God gave to me when I visited Doha one of these years. I've been to Doha in Qatar a number of times, and each time I get to Venice, it inspires me. You have buildings on the right, you have buildings on the left, and then you have a water carriageway in the middle, so such that people can view, they can have a water view from their windows. And once you open your window, the view you see is water, and it's refreshing. You see birds all around there. From my building, my block, in block A, you can have a bridge, a very stylish, like the stylish London bridge system that opens up when there's a boat or a ship going under. So you have that bridge across. So I can move from block A to your own block if I need to go out and take a walk. Yes.
Alright.
So that's the whole inspiration. And then I saw that even what I saw in Doha was what played out, or what plays out in Italy. So we have a place called Venice, and where in Italy the way it works is they hardly have good roads. They hardly had road. So what they have is water in Venice. Even such that ambulances move only on water. Yes, if they want speed, so the patient doesn't die. So to that end, we also have Venice. That's where the real Venice came from, that Doha came to duplicate it. And so we're bringing such also to the island, and that's what gave back to Venice on the island. So we are creating artificial lake in the middle of the estates, where you open your windows, what you see is the water view. and about 4 or 5 times when the sun is going down, you can see people using a canoe, either a speedboat or they use the manual way of riding the canoe. And then we have the water features like waterfall, or you also have what you call maybe a swimming pool for children. Then we have for adults if you don't want to use the boat and all of that. So one thing that's unique about Venice or VOTIC is we have never seen its kind on the island. And why do we go to all out to all of these places? Is just to bring in innovations. We don't need to invent. We're just innovating. We're just doing what we have seen done well in other places, bringing it here so that we can contribute our quota to the development of more housing units that are luxurious and yet affordable in Nigeria.
So thank you very much. So all our viewers, you've heard, this is Dealclinchers Limited, and you can trust them absolutely. You've heard from the visionary behind the company. He's someone you can trust, he's trustworthy, and you can actually pitch your tent with them. And that's the main reason for this interview. So can just give our audience a final word for the
Okay, in case you are seeing me for the very first time, thank you so much for listening to whatever I have to say. And in case you've seen me before, I'm sure you can tell I've not changed. This is what I've been pitching for many years. #1 Bishop of Real Estate in Africa. God has raised me as an end-time general to remove the veil covering the faces of people who work so hard, but they cannot point to what they do with money. And because real estate is actually a spiritual business. It's like somebody that works so hard, who wants to achieve a lot, and yet they have sworn that that person will not achieve such. You as a realtor cannot just individually rise up and say you want to snatch such prey from the mouths of the wicked ones. You need to wage war to be able to take such person. And that's why you are talking to a prospect, and it's at the verge of taking form, at the verge of payment, and saying, see me tomorrow, and you get there, the old conversation changes. As the #1 Bishop of Real Estate in Africa, God has raised me to fight and make them have their eyes open that this is no longer ordinary. We must wage war to collect that check, because you are the one doing that prospect a favor. You are the one that God is using to take them off from the hands of the wicked ones. So with us at Dealclinchers, we can do it together prayerfully and make that sales, and be the one that client will say, if not for you, I'll still be a tenant in Lagos. Work with us and you'll never regret. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So thank you for watching this video from the beginning to this point. We really appreciate your audience. And if you are coming across this channel for the first time, this is Sales Properties channel. I want you to subscribe, turn on the bell notification, and follow us across all social media handles at Sales Properties. You know how we do it. It's only premium real estate content, insights, information, everything that you need about Nigeria real estate. You get it on this channel. So thank you for watching to the end, and make sure you just call the number displayed on the screen, whether you are looking to buy property on the mainland, most especially very close. You heard him, 15 to 20 minutes to the airport. Yes, in Lagos, in Abuja, even in Ibadan, we have properties there. You just need to call the number to book an inspection today, and we'll be at your every call. Like, our numbers are open 24 hours. So thank you for watching this video to the end, and see you next time. Bye.